Welcome back to Metal Mass.
Thank you all so much for joining us again. And today, the topic is covers.
Now, metal covers, we often will see metal bands will cover other metal songs, and they turn out pretty good. You know, they'll cover old songs or newer songs, but that is not what we're going to get into today, actually.
Today, we are going to be talking about when metal bands cover non-metal songs.
It's, you know, sometimes they'll cover like a pop song or a country song, and honestly, most of the time, it ends up being something quite beautiful. Today, we've compiled a list of what we consider to be the top 10 metal covers of non-metal songs.
So, love them or hate them, here are our top 10 picks for metal covers. Starting with number 10, we have power metal band Vision Divine.
Aha! Is the name of the band, which originally wrote Take On Me, which Vision Divine covered, and you just heard there. Yeah, as you can hear, for the first few seconds of this song, they really kept a lot of the same kind of style and sound.
But you can definitely tell that it's not the same song once the guitars come into play. And it definitely becomes a kick-ass metal cover.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I kind of like when a band does it with their covers, where they keep some of like almost the exact same sound for some sections, and then it kicks in with the metal band's sound. They redid the bass line, and it sounds almost the same as the original bass line, which is pretty sick, the original Aha bass line. But what they did to it with using a metal, but you can just tell. You can tell it's a metal bass, and it sounds so deep and beautiful.
And it's definitely power metal. You've got the high vocals, you know, 100%. Like the riffs and the beats definitely match exactly what power metal is.
And made it a good choice of a song, because there are some freaking high points of that Aha song, man. In a day of...
So there you go, Vision Divine, go check them out.
Moving on to number 9 is Rolling in the Deep, covered by Otherwise.
So Otherwise is a band that I listened to a lot in high school, actually. They're a very good band. The vocalist, Adrian Patrick, his voice sounds very similar to Shinedown's lead vocalist.
Yeah.
Which is something I really loved about both those bands.
Yeah.
But the way Otherwise took this song and transformed it into more of a rock song was done very well, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And as you can hear, we chose to pick a clip of the build up to the chorus, and you can just tell, you know, despite Adele being very iconic for her voice and having a very unique voice, I think that Adrian Patrick did her justice in this cover. It sounds super good.
Moving on to our number 8 pick, we have Apocalyptician Writer.
Could you mean the Apocalyptician Writer?
Yes, that is exactly what I meant, actually. So this band is from Germany, and they ended up covering a very iconic song by Johnny Cash.
Good old Johnny Cash. They covered Ghost Riders in the Sky. Beautiful Western sound. As you can hear, they kept the original Western feel for the beginning, and then they just launch into a beautiful metal symphonic, it's just awesome.
So I actually discovered this band just this year. I found one of their songs called Frieda Zemich something.
Man, I don't know if my semester of German can pull that one without reading it.
No, it's okay. So if you look up Die Apokalyptischen Writer, it'll be their like number 1 song. So yeah, it's a fantastic song. A lot of their other stuff is just amazing. It's a mix of folk metal with a little bit of technical metal. It's hard to pinpoint. They're kind of their own thing, but please go check them out. And check out this song too, because who doesn't want to hear Johnny Cash in a very metal way?
That's very true. Man, Johnny Cash, you know what's funny? Johnny Cash covered a Nine Inch Nails song, and I thought it was the other way around for the longest time. I thought Nine Inch Nails covered his song.
Oh, no.
But Johnny Cash's cover is so good. They covered their song Hurt.
Hurt, yeah. Oh my gosh. Such an amazing song.
Oh yeah, it doesn't fit in this list, but very good.
His voice with just, it's just amazing.
Yeah, well, check that one out too.
Please do.
Check that one out too. On to our number 7 pick. We return to a band that we've talked about on this channel before, Five Finger Death Punch.
So Five Finger Death Punch is an American heavy metal band that a lot of people know about. Even people who aren't into metal know who Five Finger Death Punch is.
True.
And one of their most popular songs is the cover of Bad Company by the band Bad Company.
And, you know, I think you may have understated a little bit because Bad Company, the cover by Five Finger Death Punch, is actually, at least on Apple Music, Five Finger Death Punch's #1 song. It's a great cover. I might be a little offended if I had a band and our #1 song was a cover, but man, it's good. It's really good, so you can't blame them.
That's why we put it on this list. It's very iconic as far as covers go. Five Finger Death Punch has a few covers, I believe. They have House of the Rising Sun.
They did Offspring, Gone Away.
So they are very into making covers, and they are all pretty freaking good. So
true, they're really good at covering songs. As you can hear from this one, it sounds like something that they'd write, honestly, which it makes it perfect.
If you have a local rock station, you've heard this song before. So
that's true, very popular.
So yeah, there you go. If you haven't, on the very unlikely chance, go listen to it.
Check it out.
Make it even more their #1 song. Our number 6 pick in our top 10 metal covers list is none other than Trivium. So, many of you guys who follow the channel very closely know that we are very big simps for the band Trivium.
We are big simps for Trivium. If you've seen the Agretzka video, we, by complete mistake, not only were both wearing Trivium merch, but also had the Trivium sticker on the laptop where we were watching Agretzka. So
and we get teased, but we're proud of it. So.
You know what? We're proud. Anyway, the cover, sir.
Yes. So the cover was done by the entire band Trivium.
Yes.
And it is
Losing My Religion, originally sung by, played by REM. I guess created by REM. So as you can hear from this cover, it's really good. They did it in the same style as the Vengeance Falls album, and you can hear it. You can hear just like this, like screaming guitars, the speed of it. His vocal style is very specific in this album. Oh, it's just so good. And it's so strange because it's very different from the original song, as a lot of the songs on this list, but it still retains just like a cohesive, beautiful sound,
which we really appreciate.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's not uncommon to see covers come from Trivium, right?
That's true. They've done like one for every album, I think. Well, yeah, basically one for every album.
That's crazy. And then not even to mention Matt Heafy's Twitch streams and
oh my gosh,
the tons, songs upon songs of covers that he just does by himself. Dude, they're so good.
Yeah, in some ways the dude's basically a one-man band. Obviously, he is better as a member of Trivium, in my opinion. But he's a great just artist in general. Great guy.
Oh, you know what? He actually did the sea shanty. The Willerman shanty, right?
Yes, we just covered that a couple of weeks ago. If you want to see Matt Heafy do a cover of the Willerman shanty, or at least his own version of it, check it out.
We don't know where it's going to be.
It's somewhere on here. We'll just put it on the whole screen.
We love you, Trivium.
We love you, Matt. Moving up through the top half of our list, we're starting with number 5, Children of Bodom's cover of a Britney Spears song.
Britney Spears, man. Oops, I did it again. This is about as pop gets.
Oh, yes. Very interesting cover to do.
It must have been such a challenge to go that far into the pop, that's on like the very end of the pop spectrum.
Yeah.
And Children of Bodom are like, they're a pretty heavy metal band, they're a Scandinavian metal band from Finland, and these guys freaking rock. I mean, they are one of my favorite bands, and when I say my favorite bands, they're somewhere within my top 20 easily. They're just so talented. And unfortunately, last year we did lose Alexi Laiho, which is a huge loss for the metal community.
It's really sad.
It is, but his memory lives on through his music.
Oh, absolutely.
Like this, what we're listening to right now. You know?
Yes, this is a great example. I mean, of course, it's not one of the original stuff. There's always, something more to be said about the original stuff. But yeah, this is just a great cover. I mean, to pull from Britney Spears, to take that down like to hell and make this beautiful, beautiful cover. I mean, it just sounds so cool. I love it.
It's so good. Go check it out. Do yourself a favor.
Check the whole thing out.
So our number 4 pick is one of the most popular metal covers out there. I mean,
is it really?
Oh yeah, I knew a lot of friends in high school who knew this song, who
knew the cover.
Definitely not into metal. It was just so good that it reached people outside of the genre.
Yeah.
So this is I Prevail meets Taylor Swift in Blank Space.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just so funny. We're hitting another pop icon metal band cover. Oh, it's just so good, so interesting to have them take a pop song that's just so uniquely pop and be able to flip it on its head as a metal song. I mean, so cool.
Listen to how heavy this is. This is real. Gruesome, grindy stuff.
Yeah, it used to be a Taylor Swift song, and now it's this beautiful. It's so good. It's fun.
So I Prevail covered this song from the album 1989 in 2014, the same year that it was released. So the album 1989 from Taylor Swift came out in 2014. God, that is confusing.
It is. I mean, I'm sure there's some explanation behind why she chose the year 1989 as the name of her album, but it's to someone not unfamiliar with the album, it's very confusing.
Wait, but didn't Van Halen do the same thing with 1984?
They did. But that one came out in the year 1984, so...
Not confusing.
Less confusing.
Anyway, yes, this is one of our favorite metal covers ever. It just takes something so sweet and romantic and innocent and turns it just heavy as hell.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, it makes it really fun. On to number 3, we have Hailstorm cover of Lady Gaga's Bad Romance.
So Bad Romance is an amazing song by itself. I have
a very good song.
Crazy respect for Lady Gaga. She's a very talented artist.
True.
Very expressive.
Yeah. Yeah. My fiance is a huge Lady Gaga fan. Her newest album, Chromatica, is very good. I listened through it because it's like one of her favorite albums at this point. And yeah, she's just a very good artist.
But dude, Bad Romance sounds like it was made to be a rock song.
It has metal bones in it, man.
And Hailstorm really took it and, made it into that.
And the fact that Hailstorm has a lead female vocalist really helps too.
Lizzie Hale is amazing. Like, she has, in my opinion, the perfect female hard rock voice.
Oh, it's
just amazing, right? I mean,
oh yeah.
I think that's like the staple for the band is her voice and kind of just her person. Because it's Lizzie Hale, and
Lizzie Hale.
The band is called Hailstorm, and I think she's got some brothers in it too. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Either way, good band, Hailstorm. A lot of the time, you're right. They do lean more towards like that hard rock versus metal, but they got some stuff to be said for the metal community. They got some contributions.
The Beatles, our number 2 pick for metal covers, covered by Letters from the Fire, Eleanor Rigby.
Eleanor Rigby.
So, the Beatles, very iconic band.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people argue that they actually carved the way for, rock and then eventually what turned into metal. And
absolutely.
You know what? Yeah, they're a good band, and I think their recognition is deserved.
Oh, yes. I mean, they're probably one of the most recognizable bands worldwide, I'd imagine, at this point. All the way back from the 60s. That's when Eleanor Rigby was released, I believe, 66. And but now we've got Letters from the Fire, giving it a little makeover, I guess you could say.
66, man, that's
That's so old.
But you know what? Letters from the Fire, they picked it up.
Oh yeah.
Not off the ground though, because Eleanor Rigby is just it was already up there. You know?
To this day, it's still a popular
It's still
song.
like a madly popular song, but for good reason. But man, this metal rendition of it,
It's so fun.
is a dream. It's just so creative and fun, and you know, it's just. It's the song is very metalcore,
Yeah.
but it works with the way Eleanor Rigby is structured.
Yeah, the way it was written. Like, I mean, just give it a listen. It really goes to show kind of where the Beatles were heading at the time, you know? Like, metal was not even a thought in the music world at that point, but the foundations were being laid, and you can hear it. They're highlighting it really well, Letters from the Fire.
Yeah, please go check this out. I honestly don't know much about the band Letters from the Fire themselves.
Me neither, actually.
The way I discovered them was through this cover so many years ago, but it's worth looking into, so go ahead and do that.
So finally, without any further ado, our number one pick. It's Betraying the Martyrs cover of Let It Go, believe it or not.
Yep, that's right. Let It Go from Disney's Frozen.
Yes, a movie we've all seen by this point. We've at least all heard of it. We've all heard the song, certainly.
You have to have heard the song. There's just no way to avoid it unless you are deaf.
You're either deaf or living in the middle of the desert if you've not heard the song.
But you know what? Betraying the Martyrs,
They did a great job.
wow.
They did a music video, too. Oh, it's so good.
Just wow. Like, I'm really at a loss for words for this cover. It is very deathcore,
Yeah.
which is
So funny.
considered by many to be an extreme subgenre of metal.
It takes metalheads a little while to get into that sort of metal.
Honestly, man, I have no idea how this band got the rights to cover this song.
It's Disney.
They're so protective of, their material and content.
Yes. And somehow they did it. They did a cover of the Let It Go song. I mean, they did change the lyrics a little bit. Like, they made it all from the perspective of a male versus a female, which is interesting. I don't think they changed much beyond that, did they?
No, but yeah, they were able to make a music video, like you said, for it.
Yes.
And like the music video is like, your standard music video with the band playing, but like they're like dead insects being like
Freezing
frozen over. So, man, it beats me, but congratulations, you guys. I don't know how you won that bid.
Oh man, but we're glad you did it. So good, so entertaining, very fun cover. Definitely takes the number one spot.
Oh yeah. So go check out Betraying the Martyrs. They're a band from Paris, France. So, we don't get many bands from that side of the world.
Yeah, Paris. It's weird. I don't think I've ever heard of another band from Paris before. Right, Gojira's from Paris.
Gojira is from France, but they're not from Paris. They're from France place. But so Betraying the Martyrs came out with their newest album was in 2019, and it's called Rapture. And it's amazing. It's like I went back and looked at it for the purpose of this video because I wanted to see what they were up to. And wow, great album, great songs, great band.
Oh man, good stuff. Yeah, keep it up, guys.
Well, there you go. You have our top 10 metal covers of non-metal songs. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you add some of these songs to your playlist and you listen to them because they are masterpieces, very good works of art.
Very fun. Yeah, it was a fun video to make. I hope it was fun to watch. We'll put links to all of the original songs in the description if you want to check them out.
And you know what we would love? We would love recommendations. If you know of a metal cover of a non-metal song, or even a metal cover of a metal song, we're open to new music all the time. Please just let us know in the comments. We read those, and we do take all your recommendations into consideration.
100%. We just did the last two videos. We're both recommendation videos. So good. Well, with that being said, may metal be with you.
Blessings be upon you.
Let it go. Let it go.